In this episode of I Don't Work Here Lady, we are reading 3 interesting stories including I don't work here, yet, you clearly do work here, liar, and I don't work here on my wedding day. If this is your first time here, we cover the craziest and the funniest retail stories, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe. For more I Don't Work Here Lady videos, check out the playlist in the description. Congratulations Teresa for the comment of the day, and now is the time to fight Karen. Let's do this. I don't work here, yet. Background: I work for a video rental chain for around 6 years. I love this job, but I had to be let go due to cutbacks at one point, but I was offered my job back when they needed to restaff the second location in my town. This is important as I am not one to take second chances lightly, and I work my way up to being offered the manager position at an adjacent town. Now for the characters: me is me, dad is my dad, LOL for the little old lady, H for the existing manager, C for the bad employee, CB for the bad employee boyfriend, and staff for the staff. Now for the story. So here's one with a little bit of an r/pro revenge twist. I was offered to be the new manager at a sister location of the video rental store I worked at. I happily accepted and told my folks when I got home. Over the next week, I talked a bit with the current manager of that location, H. I asked things like, what was the clientele like, what restaurants are near the store, and finally, what is the staff like? For the last one, she informed that the staff was great, sans one particular employee, C. C apparently was never on time and had a number of complaints regarding her language on the sales floor. H offered to let C go for me, but I told her that I will handle it should it be necessary. A week before my introduction to the staff, my dad randomly asked if I wanted to drive over to the store to get a feel for it before I started there. I said yes, and off we went. I checked the schedule to see who was working, and it was C. When we arrived, I immediately noticed that C was in clear violation of the dress code as she was not wearing the uniform, khaki pants, solid colored polo shirt, and name tag. She was wearing a spaghetti strap tank top, very short, cut-off jean shorts that showed the pockets hanging under the leg opening, and no name tag. There was another guy working who was running the returned movies to the shelves and was also in violation of the dress code. Monster Energy t-shirt and baggy jeans. This struck me as odd as she was the only one scheduled and it was slow. My dad and I walked around talking quietly to ourselves. He then noticed the western section and excused himself to browse. A few minutes later, I felt a tap on my shoulder and it was a little old lady. I need some help finding a movie. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't work here and it is my first time in the store, so I don't quite know my way around yet. Can you please help me anyways? That rude girl up there can't be bothered to help, and that boy apparently is not on staff. He isn't? Then why is he doing the work? They are sweeties, if you can call it that. I know his parents. Her boyfriend is visiting her on the clock and is doing her work for her? Yes. Well, that's no good. What did you need help with? I cannot find a movie my grandson wants. She tells me the name of the movie and I help her find it. I also recommended 2 more as they were rent 2 get 1 signs posted around the store. Thank you so much. They should get rid of her and hire you. Give it a week. She looked at me a little confused, but I just smiled and told her to trust me. My dad came up to me holding some movies and I asked if he'd wait for me in the car while I grabbed them. He said okay and I went to see. Find what you were looking for? I guess you can say that. Oh, I have an account at the store in this other town. Okay, I just need your account card so I can make you one here. While she was typing everything up, her boyfriend walks over and starts talking to the bad employee. This guy hitting on you? No, he's just a customer. Quit being stupid and finish putting those damn movies up. How many more do I get to put up? All of them. I'm not doing that. They don't pay me enough to do that mess. I am just standing there a bit baffled. Since I've been at this store, she has now committed write-up offenses and doesn't even seem to care. She rings me up and hands me the movies. I asked her when they were due and she didn't say. You're supposed to say the due date upon handing the movies over so that the cameras recorded the dialogue. CYA, folks. They were due in a week, which I thought was perfect because that was the day of my intro meeting with the staff. I think you see where this is going now. 1 week later, it was the day of the intro meeting and I drove over. When I got there, I introduced myself to H and asked her to please put up the footage from my transaction on the cameras and then turn the monitor off for me. She looked confused for a second but then a smirk. I told her to call me over when everyone arrived. The rest of the staff showed up shortly and the bad employee showed up 15 minutes late. H got on to her for being late and warned her that the new manager may not be so forgiving. The bad employee stated that she was not afraid as they are understaffed and can't afford to let anyone go. H began the meeting by announcing that they would get to meet the new manager that day and call me over. The bad employee's eyes widened and she went white when I walked up. Hello everyone, I wanted to start off by addressing something that I've been told is an issue here. H, could you play that tape back for me? Sure thing. We all watched the footage and everyone is just standing in tense silence, especially the bad employee. I am guessing you all were able to spot what was wrong in that footage. C, do you have anything you'd like to say? Whatever, you... Then I cut her off. I thought so. Well, since you violated our uniform policy, had your boyfriend working for you and hang out during your shift, and used vulgar language in front of a customer, my first act as a manager of this store is to fire you. Please collect your things and leave. The bad employee started to tear up and left. I then turned to the rest of the staff and continued. Well, that must have been awkward for you all. But hey, from here on out, I believe you will see that I'm pretty laid back as long as you follow the rules. The next day, the little old lady came to return her movies and saw me behind the register. You were not kidding, were you? No, ma'am. I was actually checking the store out with my dad that day. And that girl? Not going to be rude to you in the future. Well, I'm afraid these are all late. Don't sweat it. I'll tell you what. I will waive these on 2 conditions. First, you allow me to apologize for whatever was said to you last week by that girl. And 2, you be sure to let me know when your grandson is coming in town so I can help you find him movies to watch. I think I can accept those terms. The little old lady ended up being one of my favorite customers. She would even bring me food when she saw I was working alone at night. Her chili was freaking amazing. I managed that store to its very end as, sadly, video rental stores were going out all over the place. The bad employee did try calling about getting her job back, but I simply said that I will not be doing so as I had just hired 3 more staff members to help with the understaffing issue. Edit. Thank you all so much for the love and thank you to whoever gave me my first Reddit gold. A couple of the comments suggest that what I did to the bad employee was cruel, that it would have made it difficult for me to establish a good rapport with the other employees. And then I had little room to call myself laid back as a boss after that. Let me address that with this. The bad employee was not well liked by anyone at that store and only had her job because H was indeed short-staffed. Firing that bad employee like that in front of everyone was my way of showing that I will not tolerate bad employees in the slightest. I later rewarded the remainder of the staff by adjusting the uniform policy a little. I allowed them, all college students like me at the time, to come to work in jeans and a t-shirt or a polo during the week so that they were not having to worry about changing for work after class. They still had to wear the uniform Friday through Sunday, and I still did not allow tank tops, sandals, flip-flops, etc. The upper management corporate commended me for drawing such a line in the sand on my first day as manager, calling it a bold move. They informed me that the staff reported better morale at a store with a manager that will not put up with anyone's BS and will reward good workers accordingly by being very flexible with work schedules. Yes, the bad employee may have been humiliated, but she also could have listened to H when warned instead continuing to show a poor attitude and entitlement. I have no regrets regarding the situation. I see 2 questions being raised here. Was it a smart move that he fired her right away in front of everyone? And did she deserve a second chance? As he said, no one liked her, so it was a good riddance for them, I guess. But the way it looks as the first impression could have been terribly wrong. I don't know about you, but I would be weirded out if on the first day of the new manager, he shows that he looks and listens to the cameras, that he strictly applied the rules, and that maybe he set her up? We know he didn't, but it could be seen that way. If it was me, I would just be normal on the first day and then privately take the recording to her and fire her. I mean, she knew she was wrong, but it happened in front of everyone. That's pretty humiliating. I don't think she would have acted the same if it was done privately. Everyone is still happy with the outcome, but I still do think that there was a better way to fire her. Oh, and no second chance for her. She had to be fired already. I bet she had multiple chances already. You clearly do work here, liar. Hey, so first time posting here and I've been a lurker, but reading some stories got me remembering a silly time a customer was rude to me. Not a crazy story, but a story nonetheless. A bit of a backstory. So I work in a small shop which is inside of a supermarket. The shop I work in, however, is a whole separate company on its own, a very popular UK optician. The only thing I do in the supermarket is walk at the side of it to get to the shop I work in, and I have a full uniform that has the name of the company I work for on it. On this fine day, I was told to, with another colleague, go to the front of the supermarket and speak to shoppers and let them know that we have a new store in the area. We also had a big podium type thing which stands out a mile and says our company name on it if a customer misses it on our uniform. Not to be missed. This Karen walks over from the front doors of the supermarket, and as I begin my little spiel of hi, how are you, blah blah blah, she butts in and says, I'm just looking for newspaper. Clearly in a mood. Alright, fine, guess she's had a bad day, so I say, oh, I think they're just around that corner and up a bit, although I'm not 100% sure since I don't actually work in the supermarket. For God's sakes, how can you not bloody know? Useless. Well, as I said, I don't work in the supermarket, I work at this shop. The lady looks me up and down. You clearly do work here, liar. And she starts walking away with a sour look on her face. I clearly don't. I just told you where I work, but okay, bye. Oh, shut up. Me to my colleague about Karen cause I don't want to get in trouble. What a dumb girl. I do not work here on my wedding day. This happened about 1.5 years ago. My wedding was taking place in Vegas by an Elvis impersonator and everything. My wife and I are not rich, so we were getting it done fast and cheap. We were staying at Buffalo Bill's in Prim outside Vegas. Again, being cheap. It was the day of my wedding and I was in a nice looking suit. My soon-to-be wife was still getting ready with her mother, so I decided to walk the casino floor and maybe play some penny slots or something. Now insert this confused tourist, CT. Hey, buddy! What? Are you talking to me? Yeah, go get me some more $10 chips. And he starts trying to hand me a small wad of money, and I am just staring blankly at him. Now! Dude, I don't work here. You're wearing a suit. Who the hell wears a suit besides if you work here? Well, I promise you, I don't work here. I'm getting married today. He looks pissed off but has stopped talking to me. I decide immediately that I should just go back to the rooms. I start walking back towards them and the confused tourists start trailing behind me a bit. I keep an eye on him as I start to get to the hallway with the elevators. He had gone to the front desk and started pointing at me. He still thought I was lying to him. Hey, did you like this I Don't Work Here Lady video? If you did, check my playlist right here. I bet you will love it. These videos take me a lot of effort to make, so if you can show me some support by liking the video and subscribing, this will mean the world to me. Also hit the bell button to know when we post a new video and join the notification gang. Thank you again for watching episode 54 of I Don't Work Here Lady. See ya!